Hello everyone and welcome back. We're starting something completely different today. Over the years I've had literally billions of people ask me how I got to the top of some of these leaderboards in Banjo and Kazooie nuts and bolts. And I am going to come up with a series of videos that explains every single one of them. Starting with this one, Bangers and Dash. Now there's no secret in this one. I cheated. I was able to import a custom vehicle into a logs challenge. And I have a video on my website that shows just how to do this if you own an Xbox 360. But basically I got the fastest vehicle I could come up with a spring engine and jets to get to Mumbo as quick as possible. And as you can see, even though I did not land right next to him, I still was able to come up with the number one score of 4 point whatever seconds it was. It'll come up in a second here. But technically, if anybody else figured out how to do this, 4.92 seconds, they could do it themselves by landing right next to Mumbo and probably getting it in about 3 seconds. But that was the best I could do after trying for a couple hours. Okay, this next one is very interesting. Oh, I'm going to show you first how to get the Bangers and Dash without cheating, which involves making a motorcycle out of the parts, putting on the extra engine, and getting through the fence as quick as you can. And then pausing the game by raising the vehicle up in the air. And then Mumbo will eventually give in and you'll be able to get a high score. But that's very difficult to do. Has to be flawless because people have been trying it for 15 years now. Okay, Great Balls of Fire. This is the one that confused me for the longest time because the guy that used to have the record, it just showed him holding a piece of material like an engine or something up in the air for like 20 seconds and then he dropped it and he got the record. And I said, how the heck did he do that? But I figured out how he did it. Okay, this is how you get the third ball, which basically I pushed Banjo and Kazooie all the way from the volcano to the third ball until I was able to do this. And the first and second balls were already done, which I'll show you how I get those in a second here. Okay, so basically the clock runs off a couple of seconds. So that basically took me no time at all, and then the clock added 2 seconds at the end. So here's how I got the first ball to go in the water. I learned that certain items in Nutty Acres do not respawn back where they started. They basically respawn where you left them. And one of them that is very useful is this drain pipe right here, or bridge, or whatever they want to call it. So what you want to do is take this bridge up to the top where the first ball is, throw it up in the air, and then restart the game real quick. And it only works maybe once every 20 times or so. But the pipe will come down on top of the first ball and knock it down the hill and it'll fall into the water. So you can see I'm restarting the challenge. And I'm hoping that pipe knocked it down the hill. Okay, this is how I got the second ball. I basically froze my vehicle right next to Humble when the game started. And then I pushed Banjo up the side of this, I guess, nut pile. And then I hit the ball with some engines at the top and it knocked it into the water. So that's basically how you get all 3 balls with almost no time at all running off the clock. And I'd advise you not to try it because I think it took me like 7 hours. But then I basically just pushed Banjo back to the second ball, which did not go in the water. And I push it into the water with the engines, and then I go push the third ball into the water with the engine. But you can see it is very tedious. It is not magic, and there's no hacks involved. It's just a matter of being crazy enough to put in the time and the effort, and patient enough where you don't make mistakes and get your cart stuck in like a tree or something, because then you have to start all over again. Okay, for coconut circuits, this one I pushed Banjo all the way to the finish line too. As you can see, I'm not going to show the whole thing, but this is the end as I was pushing him toward the finish line. And I think I got the record in like 16 seconds, and here's how I did it. I'm a little bit slower than 16 seconds, but if you practice long enough, you can get there in like 14, 15, or 16 seconds, because I've seen people actually get to this point in like 7 seconds. That one took me 11. But on this second run, what you want to do is get Banjo-Kazooie across the river without missing the gate. You know, you want to do it as quick as you can, so you're in record territory. And then you freeze the vehicle right here by picking it up. And then you disassemble it. Get rid of all the useless parts that you're not going to need anymore. Because what you're going to do the rest of the way is push Banjo and Kazooie all the way to the finish line. And this is another one where you have to be extremely patient, because if you are not careful, your cart's going to get stuck in the side of a hill or inside a tree, and it's going to freeze the game, and you're going to have to start all over again. So you have to be careful where your cart is being picked up. And by that I mean, I'll show you in a second. I'm going to build my vehicle first to push them. And these two wheels right here are going to stay in the air, you'll see. That's like my anchor point. And then you drop the vehicle on Banjo and Kazooie's head, not too hard, or it'll unfreeze the game. And then you pick it back up. That's what I mean by getting stuck in a tree. If those wheels were too close to a tree and I picked up my vehicle and it actually touched the tree, it would become part of the tree and get stuck and freeze the game. So that is how I got the record in coconut circuits. For Tick Tick Bang, not rocket science here. I just put as many engines and sticky balls and anything that'd make me faster on a vehicle, and put some springs on it and just flew as fast as I could. But you can see I counterbalanced those sticky balls with a couple of small engines on the right-hand side. So basically, you just want to import a custom vehicle, which, like I said, I have a vehicle on my channel that shows you how to do that. If you own an Xbox 360, and you want to stick the bomb, spring, and gun it and go as fast as you can. And this one, you do not have to go inside that circle on the ground. You could be 100 feet in the air above that red smoke, and it would still record that you won. So just make a straight line, straight for the red smoke, and you can win. And the last one is the easiest one. It's incredibly simple. I'm surprised nobody thought of this before. But I figured to myself, if I could get that pipe to push a ball down the hill in great balls of fire, maybe I could get the pipe to mess up Grunty and Grunty's Loco Coco. And that's all I did. I put the pipe where she spawns, and she'll crash just about every time and drop the coconut. So all you've got to figure out is how to pick something up in less than 0.03 seconds. Which you can see I no longer have the record. Somebody else got it. But incredibly simple. All you got to do is build a heavy thing that you can pick up, and you're good to go. So you guys have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.